Sak pase tout le monde, c'est moi-même Sankara, moi ici là avec une autre vidéo. Dans la vidéo ça, on va parler des questions qui ont pour poser une question dans le créole haïtien. So what's up everybody, this is Sankara, back here with the third video, and this video will be discussing questions in Creole. So, objectives, objectif. So we're going to be examining the following question words: who, what, where, when, why, how, and which, and examining the possible responses. So, without any further ado, nous commencer. Forming questions. So, in Haitian Creole, the word qui forms the base of almost every question word. So, there are lots of questions, but if you guys understand how these questions are formed, then we see that they're just variations. What do I mean by that? If we look at, for example, who, we have Kimoun, moon, person. What, we have Kisa, okay. Where, we have Kikot, kote being a place. When, we have Killer, at what time or what hour. Why, we have Poukisa, and then how, we have Kisa. Jean is a way of doing something, or a way. And also we have Kilage. So if you guys notice, all of these questions have qui in them. The only exception we have is combien, which is how many. So forming questions. Now, when you form questions that are based with qui, in other words, all the questions except for combien and also Poukisa, which we'll be talking about later, you're going to use ye. We talked about questions a little bit in the last video and when to use ye. So whenever we're defining something, we're going to use this word ye. When we have other verbs involved, we're actually going to take this ye out. So we'll see how this works in the upcoming slides. So the first question we have, Kimoun. Kimoun ou ye? Who are you? Kimoun ou ye? Mwen se, and then whatever your name is. Kimoun li ye. Now, li, you guys have seen the first video. If you know anything about Haitian Creole, you'll know that li, that can be for a male or a female. So this can be who is he, or it can also be who is she. Possible response, li se zami mwen. Or you can also say li se zami mwen an. They both mean the same thing. Ki moun nek sa ye. So now we're starting to make the distinction between male or female. Sometimes you want to have that disambiguation with respect to gender. So ki moun nek sa ye. Who is that guy? Lycée professeur moi or lycée professeur moi. Ki moun ti dam sa ye. Ki moun ti dam sa ye. So now we're talking about a younger female. Who is that girl? Mpa konen. Possible responses. Again, these are just examples. Next we have who. Who is Kimoun, as I said, but we also have this relative pronoun right here, Kimoun ki. So who is it that? So whenever you're saying who is doing a particular action, you're going to need this ki, which is highlighted in yellow. So for example, this actually should be Kimoun, so there should be an N there. It should be Kimoun qui parle Creole. Kimoun qui parle Creole. Who speaks Creole? Possible response, c'est moi-même, or c'est moi-même qui parle Creole. Ki moun ki peur. Peur means scared or afraid. Ki moun ki peur. C'est pas moi-même. C'est pas moi-même. It's not me. Or c'est pas moi. Ki moun ki di ou ça? Who told you that? Ki moun ki di ou ça? Who told you that? C'est lui-même. It was him or it was her. Again, we can be either one. Moving on. Now we have what? Kisa ça y est. Kisa ça y est. So you can use this for anything if you want to know what something is. Kisa ça y est, c'est yon livre. Kisa wap fait. To ask somebody what they're doing or what they're up to. Kisa wap fait. Ma petite yé. And for here, the response, you can insert any verb you want. So I just picked a couple. Ma petite yé. I'm studying. Ma manger. I'm eating. Next one is Kisa ou dit. Kisa ou dit. What did you say? Possible response. M'pas di rien or m'pat di rien. I put this te in parentheses along with this t in the response column in parentheses to show that while te and t are both tense markers for past tense, they're not necessary, because if you say ki saudi, that can be understood as what did you say. Same thing goes for the response. Pas di rien. That can also mean I didn't say anything. The context will clear it up, will clarify it. Ki sao gagné. What's wrong? It can also mean what do you have, but usually it's understood as what's wrong or what's up. And we'll look at the possible responses for that one in a later lesson. Something else I wanted to point out for Kisa, for this one, there's also another form of the same question. You just take out the key. So all these can be posed the same way without the key. Next one, Kikot. The same thing that I just said about Kisa is true for Kikot. So for example, Kikot ouye could also be Kote ouye. Where are you? So if you're talking to somebody on the phone and you want to know where they are, you can say Kikot ouye or Kote ouye. And they can respond by saying Monakay, I'm at home, Molekol, etc. Whatever the case may be. Where is he or where is she? Kote liye, l'église, li travail, elle a trié, etc. etc. Next, kote wap ale. Where are you going? M'apale l'église, m'apale l'école. Next, kote ou sorti. Where are you from? Or where are you coming from? Where are you leaving from? Kote ou sorti, mwen sorti, and you can use this to talk about, again, your origin or where you just came from. So you can say, for example, mwen sorti Haiti, ou mwen sorti nan Haiti. I'm from Haiti, mwen sorti aux États-Unis, I'm from the United States, etc. etc. When, at what time? Qui l'heure lié? What time is it? Qui l'heure lié means what time is it? There'll be a separate lesson about telling time, but for right now, just know that that's how you ask what time it is. Possible response, il fait 3 heures. It's 3 o'clock. À qui l'heure wap sorti? À qui l'heure wap sorti? When are you leaving? Map sorti at 2 heures. I'm leaving at 2 o'clock. À qui l'heure wap tourner? Tourner means to come back or to return. Possible response, map tourner à 4 heures. Map tourner à 2 heures, 3 heures, 5 heures, et la 3 heures. Again, we'll talk about that in another lesson. But just know that Keeler is the general sense of when. Keeler usually means at what time. It's more specific. Why? It's the next one, Poukisa. And you can see this written as Poukisa, one word, or even 3 words. Poukisa, with each one of those broken up. Wapabugan Creole. So I'm using this to demonstrate how to convert any statement to a question using Poukisa. It's the same thing in English. For example, Wapabugan Creole, you're learning Creole. If you want to make this a question, we just add Poukisa and we have why you learning Creole. Poukisa Wapabugan Creole. Wap manger, you're eating. Poukisa wap manger. Possible responses. Parce que moi c'est haïtien. Ma programme créole haïtien parce que moi c'est haïtien. Parce que l'intéressant. Ma étudier parce que l'intéressant. I'm studying it because it's interesting. For the next one, pour qui ça va manger? Parce que moi grand goût. Because I'm hungry. Next we have Kisa or Kimoun. Kisa ou yeah. Simple question, but the first things you should know how to say. Kisa ou yeah or Kimoun ou yeah. Possible response, moi forme. Kisa ou dit blank in Creole. En Creole. Asking how to say something in Creole. Kisa ou dit ça en Creole. How do you say that in Creole? Ou dit, and then whatever it is. So, to review, pour réviser, nous gagnons who, Kimoun, what, Kisa, or just sa, where, Kikot, or Kote, when, Kiler, and that actually shouldn't be in parentheses because when Kiler is a question, it's always going to have ki. Okay? Why? Poukisa. How? Kisa or Kimoun. How old? Quel and then how many? Combien. We're going to talk about the last two, quel âge et combien. In the next lesson, we'll be dealing more with numbers. So that is it for this lesson. Merci pour regarder. If you haven't already subscribed, please do so. Share this video with your friends, whoever. And I'll definitely have a video very soon. Until the next one, this is lesson 3. The next one will be lesson 4. Quatrième leçon. So until next time, this is Sankara signing off. Peace.